Hello, everyone. Welcome to this show where we're all beautiful and wonderful and everything's going fine. I am your game master for the night. I am Maria, she, they pronouns, at Happy Capture, all the ways that you can find me. And I have with me a magnificent and beautiful and lovely cast. If you all would like to introduce yourselves, we can start with Emma.
Hello. My name is Emma. I use she, her pronouns. Um, and you can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. And this evening I am back with Z, who uses any pronoun. Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's go right next to where you are to Tim.
Would help if I unmuted. Hello, I'm Tim. I use him, he pronouns, and I'm playing Don. Just Don. Don's had an interesting life.
Just good old Don.
Good old Don.
Totally
Remember-
normal Dawn.
Totally normal Don. You got to remember he sounds like my dad. So totally normal Don. Not a problem with him at all. He's completely normal. That's all we need to know.
Daddy Dawn.
Daddy Don.
Wonderful. Making his triumphant return, Taryn.
Hi, everybody. Just get in there with the cat. It's fun. But yeah, I'm Taryn. Tarzan Nosy on Twitter, and then just always here, always present, always having fun. And I am playing again our lovely, most beloved, and now very attractive Maximilian Rochester the Fourth.
He had some real good beauty sleep.
Yep.
I'll just
that one nap.
Say that one nighttime nap. When you sleep. And then joining us for the foreseeable future, Corey. Hello again.
Hi. My name is Corey Hickson. My pronouns are he, they, and I am going to be returning as Connor O'Neill, who made it out of the one shot and into more stuff.
He made it. He passed the trials. Alrighty. Let me get this going again. All right. Well, the last time we were all together, and it feels like so very long ago, this band of wonderful adventurers had gathered together through various means and avenues to uncover the secrets of a strange message that had been broadcast throughout the Cantalian system, the collection of planets in which Helbine Prime and its 7 moons resides. Helbine, of course, being named after the explorer scientist who found it, Felbert Helbine, and who has gone missing and has been missing for about 15 years until a message, like I said, was broadcast throughout the entire system. After a couple of chance meetings with a couple of people, made some new friends and perhaps some new enemies, they discovered that there was an abandoned, or seemingly abandoned laboratory on Helbine-7 that coordinates, which were hidden in the message that was sent out to the system, generally pointed towards. Z also discovered that the Interstellar Coalition was becoming a bit more involved, seemingly having a presence on Helbine-7, including one Dr. Kezit, someone whom they are familiar with. We will pick up the next day, the day after you all, through Maximilian's father, Maximilian Rochester III, you all have procured passage for your little buggy, which I think has a name, the Speedest, if I remember correctly. Your father has given you, or rather has said that he has procured a ferry for you that will be at the Horizon Spaceport waiting for you today, this morning, whenever you should need it. So, the three of you, Maximilian, Dawn, and Z, having spent the night at Maximilian's cool crash pad, awake the next morning The day is like most every other days as far as how clear it is outside. It's very much not kind of the smog and general thick city pollution is kind of taken over much of the skyline, making it a bit gray, a bit dreary. But the day is yours. What would you three like to do? Oh, I lied. Max, whenever you wake up, you have a message.
All right. Just throw it up if it's a like video or whatever. Imagine I've got some like nice like visual projector things. This is the future and all.
It is it's not a video message, but it is a text message. Or text communication. You throw it up and it displays in front of you. And it is from your father. The message tells you the name of your ship that you can look out for at the spaceport. It is called. I had it. I swear I did. It's called the Tiny Whistle.
All right.
And he also tells you, kind of to confirm what Z found the night before in her private search, that there seems to be some movements from the Interstellar Coalition, and to just be careful, and not to go getting yourself killed in search of some treasure.
All right. Tiny whistle, big toot. Let's go.
Oh, God.
I'm already in. I'm in the
You're
zone.
here. He's back, everyone. He's back, and we can't stop it.
With a one line. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of nothing necessarily private about the message, so I'm just gonna forward it to the crew, along with a nice little short video of me just being like, "Morning."
This is your 10 a.m. wake-up call.
From Maximilian. Let's max out those millions, y'all.
Perfect. Is there anything you all would like to do before going to the spaceport?
Not personally, no.
Okay.
I was just taking a minute to think, but I don't think. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Don's just gonna sip tea while staring out into the middle distance in the morning until everyone's ready to go.
Don's been up since like 5:30. It's like got a cup of coffee.
Don is that. Don is the dad who's waiting to go on a long journey, and everyone's still messing around. He's like,
he's got the speeder packed for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Basically that.
Mm-hmm. I know that dad well.
Are you that dad?
I'm getting to that point. I was raised by that dad, and I'm becoming that dad.
There it is.
But yeah. So Maximilian is gonna hop in the pilot seat of the cruiser.
All right.
Really? You're gonna drive?
I have a piloting skill.
Oh, okay. All right. Then
Remember, I had to take it for my my hoverboard.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I know it's a stupid question, but you packed that hoverboard as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maximilian goes nowhere without his millions and his hoverboard.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You three pack yourselves and anything you wish to bring with you from the pad into your little speedster. and make your way to the Horizon spaceport. Now, the only reason I would make you roll piloting is if you are doing something other than driving in a relatively straight line. So I must ask you, how are you driving today, Maximilian?
Definitely pushing this thing to its limits.
I would love for you to roll piloting for me then.
All right. So I rolled because it's a d6.
Yep, so you'll roll your
the
skill
D6.
die, and then you'll also roll that wild die, which is a d6 as well.
Yes. So that's a 6 and a 4.
Okay, re-roll that 6 and add it to whatever you roll to it.
I've got more of these, so I'm just gonna roll another one of these. That's another 6.
Okay.
And a 5.
Oh,
so that's
fantastic. That's
12,
17?
17.
Oof. All right. All right. So
Great,
not only
that's
do you
great.
go fast, you kind of take this in like think pod racing. You're going up and down and through lanes of traffic, and it's a wild ride, but it's a ride you all survive, and your vehicle also survives. It does. Do you live stream this? Do you record this? Do you have like a dash cam?
Yeah. There's a dash cam. There's like a couple of drones that like follow the ship from like side views. There's a rear view drone. Like.
Okay. Yeah, it instantly has over 1 million views, almost instantaneously. It is very good piloting.
Yes, he is, Corey.
Yes,
He's an
Corey.
influencer.
Welcome to this show. You make it to the Horizon spaceport. This is a good question. What time do you guys go to the spaceport? Early risers? Do you go in the afternoon? I'm not sure how your sleeping schedules are, except for Dawn usually, I feel, wakes up early in the morning and is up forever.
Yeah, I think. Well, if Don's got up early, he probably wanted to get there early, but to miss all the traffic. But everyone else slept in. So now we haven't missed the traffic. We're stuck in traffic.
Hey, the grind is an all-day thing. You gotta hit it early. You gotta hit it hard to max out those millions.
Yes, much to your chagrin, you through Maximilian's strangely deft piloting skills, you kind of went over a lot of the traffic. But oh, hello, Bubby. However, when you get to the spaceport, because you do need to find a place to park your car while you find your ferry, it does kind of get a little gummy. There's a lot more congested traffic when you get closer to the actual spaceport itself. So it takes you a bit longer to get there. By the time that you get there, you may be a little bit antsy. You might be a little bit frustrated because people just don't know how to drive near this spaceport. But you do manage to eventually get into the spaceport and find a place to park your speedster, your vessel, and the excuse me. There's essentially like a just a line of open spaces for different sized vehicles. Where you pull yours in is mostly for like small 4 to 5 passenger or less spacecraft. You can see a couple of bays down, as this is basically like an open, giant open area. A couple of bays down, you can see this massive cargo ship that has sprayed in big, bright red letters, Crichton Corp on the side. And walking on these long platforms between each bay, you just see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people milling back and forth, cargo being transported either on the platforms or being flown from one place to another. You do know as you're from this place. There is a kind of like a station where you can go to kind of see departures, arrivals, etc., etc., which would be your best guess as to how you could figure out where in the world this tiny whistle is. As let's see, as you are all here in the spaceport, does anyone stay on the ship, on the speeder?
I've already done my job. I got us here. So, like, if maybe one of you two wanted to do something to, like, get us moving along, that'd be great. Find the tiny whistle, something.
I will go find the tiny whistle, which is not in the speeder at all.
It's not the same space as Max.
It's not a tiny whistle, it's a loud megaphone.
Yeah, I will go find the. Dom's gonna go find the. Try find things, get going.
I will go with Dawn to assist.
You're muted.
It's unfortunate.
Whoops. It's okay. Didn't miss anything. Muted in one place this time. But as the two of you, Z and Dawn, you head into the spaceport. Max gets another message. It is from... Oh, where is he? Aha. From Mr. Wilds, your father's secretary. That informs you that a certain claw is going to be detained for some time, and you will be informed if their position changes, and to not wait for them and to continue with what you were told to do.
All right. Kind of put out about who's going to carry my stuff now, but whatever, it's fine. I've got all this gear. I think I spent like $1.5 grand on him too, but whatever.
I'm sure he's forever grateful.
It's fine.
Z and Dawn, you're kind of pushing yourself through the hustle and bustle. Dawn, I would love for you to make me a notice check, please.
Hang on. Right. That one and that one. All right, that's 6.
A 6, okay.
6 and a 2.
Was that a 6 on a 6?
No, 6 on an 8.
Perfect. Dawn, as you're both kind of pushing through this crowd, kind of following the sea of traffic, you glance about at these smaller crafts. As you kind of push into the spaceport a little bit farther, the crafts kind of start to build and get bigger and bigger. And you see docked, looking like it's about ready to take off, with a singular figure walking out of it. You see a gray, battered-looking craft that on the side has a Rolodex name that says the Toucan. However, that's not what it was called the last time you had it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming because I'm in a load of crowds that no one on that vessel has noticed me.
You would assume so, possibly. From where you are, you can see there is one figure that has walked off and is now kind of starting to make their way towards the crowded streets as the ship begins to slowly rise to take off.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold on to pull Z back a little bit and go, right. We're gonna hang back for a second and just mingle for a minute. Trust me, it's
Are
gonna
we
be
making
fine.
friends?
We're trying to not make enemies.
I'm not entirely sure I understand the prerogative here, but okay.
Okay, just follow my lead. This is gonna be fine.
Okay.
And we're gonna try and do the Assassin's Creed thing and just like blend in around a table and hopefully no one notices us.
I will like take a minute and I'll be like, yes, Assassin's Creed. I am not a fan of that franchise. However, I do understand it.
This sounds to me like a stealth check.
Yeah.
Oh no. I was afraid of that.
Oh yes. Yes.
Okay, so we always roll a d6.
Yep, you roll
Which
your
are-
skill die, which is
Okay.
whatever die the skill is attached to, and then you'll
Got
roll
it.
a 6 as well. And then you'll take whatever number you rolled the highest on.
Okay. That's an 11.
I got a 4.
A 4 is a success, so you are fine.
Okay.
You're not quite as stealthy as Dawn, perhaps to the fact that Dawn knows how to hide from specifically people that he knows.
Dawn is the knight.
Dawn is, one would consider Dawn the Knights. Connor, I would like for you to roll me a notice check.
Wait, I don't think he's good at that, but we will see how this goes.
That's how I feel about it too.
I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Okay. As you're kind of making your way into the Horizon Spaceport, which I'm not sure if you've personally been in before, it's very crowded. A bit more crowded than the kind of situation that you've been in for a while. You don't see anything that really kind of catches your eye too much. You do see a board that has arrivals and departures on it, and you have your possessions that you can carry, as well as a decent fat stack of funds.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I think Connor's gonna take a look around, and I don't think he's been here, really isn't familiar with this place. And he wants to go take a look and see the departures, because he just wants to see where things are going and see if there's anything that jumps out or interests him.
Okay. Why don't you describe Connor for the sake of the players who have not been introduced to him yet?
Yeah, so Connor, when he stands up, is quite tall. And if I remember correctly, I think he had blonde curly hair. He does now, if that is not the case. Got his hair changed. He's quite well built. He is very conventionally attractive, to the point of one would call him very attractive within this game. And he's relatively muscular, very fit. He does his morning protein shake, raw eggs and all that stuff. And otherwise, it looks like he's got some pretty routine clothes as far as what other people are wearing here. He is human, and he takes in that human clothing a bit. And other than that, I think he has a pistol with him that is probably visible if that's legal here. Yeah.
Okay. Dawn, you do see this figure, and from a distance you didn't recognize him, but as soon as he starts to make his way towards where you're going, it's fairly apparent who it is. Even though it's been years since you've seen each other.
Yeah. Right, I'm just gonna Z, we're gonna go meet someone.
Now we are making friends.
We're going to make friends, and I need you to promise whatever this new friend says does not get back to Max.
Okay.
I
I
need
feel
you-
like I would like a little bit more information about this, but
How much do you know about me?
excuse me, Game Master. What do I know about Dawn?
Surprisingly little.
Okay. I know approximately 0.05% about you.
Well, you're about to learn 0.6% about me.
That's not much, but okay.
Okay, just this. We don't tell Max until I tell you to tell Max. All right? Okay. Put it this way. From now until we see Max, we're in private browsing mode.
I do understand that. I use that frequently.
There we go. We're in
For-
private browse.
For non-suspicious things.
Of course,
Z.
non-suspicious things at all. We are now in non-private browsing mode.
Non-private.
Right?
So we are sharing.
No, we're in private browsing mode.
We are in private browsing.
We're in private browsing mode. Right?
Okay. I will say that I am finding that secrets are challenging for me sometimes. Did you ever see the show Stranger Things?
Yes.
That was a classic. One of the main characters said that friends don't lie. So
We're not going to lie. We're just not going to say this. It's not lying.
I believe that is the definition of lying, but we can go forth with this. It will be all right.
Okay, just stay close to me.
You can trust me.
Stay close to me, and we'll go make friends.
I get right directly up next to you.
Okay, right. We're walking. We're going to try and walk behind Connor and get so we're literally just behind him. And as we get close, I'm going to pull a gun.
Okay.
That took a turn.
I mean, that went a place. Are you trying to do this surreptitiously, or are you just pulling out a gun?
I'm going to do this stealthily.
Please do roll me a new stealth, please.
Ooh. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay. You're fairly confident that at least Z might notice because she's just like right up in your business, but the average passerby would probably not notice it. And you do manage to make your way just right up to where Connor is. Connor, you can see a handful of departures. There's a lot more arrivals and departures slotted, at least for this morning. You can see that there are a couple. There are there's one that seems to be going to Pardanthan, the kind of moon on the farther side of the system, the one that you had a chance encounter at so many years ago. There are a few that are going to the different Helbine moons, particularly Helbine-7 and 7. And then there is one large cargo vessel that seems to be going to a different system entirely.
Do I feel a gun up against me?
Don, do you proceed with pressing a gun against your
I
good friend?
I press a gun against his back and I go, I do like the hair now.
Connor's gonna turn around.
Not so fast.
I can tell you about my hair if you want to know.
It's fine. Just slowly turn around and don't reach for that gun. All right? We know you both have a trigger finger.
Fair. Connor will proceed to slowly do a 180.
And see a lot older Don than you last saw him. Connor?
Oh, it's Dawn. It's been like years.
It's been a while, lad. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I, lots of the gym. Added a few massages to my routine just to keep the muscles relaxed. Pretty good. How about yourself?
No, just got a few jobs, keeping low, relaxing, enjoying my life, enjoying the retirement. Oh,
retirement.
Yeah, this is retired. I'm. You know what they say, you get busier when you retire. But I'd like you just to quickly introduce my friend Z. Z, this is Connor O'Neill. Connor O'Neill, Z.
A pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Connor. It is lovely to make your acquaintance.
So, likewise. Yeah. It's the nicest acquaintance I've met in quite some time. Are you here on a job?
Are you here on a job?
I was actually just bored.
Do you want a job?
It depends on how it is. The last one, I will admit, it got a little bit strange there at the end.
Yeah, the last one it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good payout.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be like this time, all right? And nothing happened. You just met me, okay?
I believe it is that we are keeping a secret.
Oh. Hey, is there money in it?
Yes.
Quite a bit.
All right.
A lot of it.
Yeah. Like, are we talking like the same amount as last time, or like?
You know that fancy cruise liner you were looking at last time?
Oh yeah.
You could probably buy a fleet of them.
Oh. Connor's gonna like choke on his own spit a bit.
So, and I'm putting the gun away now. So we're gonna play nice and help this job out and get a nice payday and retire again. And nothing's going to go wrong.
I mean,
I believe that is an inaccurate statement that you just made, though. I did do some calculations. It is quite possible that many things will go wrong.
Yeah, that's a smart one.
She is, yes. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. So, do you agree?
I was gonna get to the gym later today.
There's probably a gym on board.
Excellent. Yep, let's go for it.
And our employer could probably get you protein shakes as well while we're thinking about it. Sound good?
Sponsored protein shakes.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Very good. Well, as far as you're concerned, we knew we needed extra people, and you're a friend of mine from way back who we worked together. All right? That's all the details you need.
It worked out last time, so can do it again this time. Sounds good.
Okay, right. Z, we're back into public browsing mode.
Oh,
Excellent.
Right. So, right, we need to find out where our ship's docked.
You got a new ship, or what's the
Wait,
situation?
no, wait. Right, Z, private browsing mode. I no, I don't have the ship anymore. I'm traveling on a different ship.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, yes. Okay. Right.
Got it.
Z, back to public mode.
Every time that you do that, she's constantly like looking at things. So every time that you do that, they're switching to a different, what they're looking at switches.
Nice. I like that. Right. Z, can you see where our ship's docked?
Yeah, can I reach into my electronic ether and find maybe where the ship is docked? Would I be able to do that?
Sure, or you could look up at the board in front of you.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can do it either way. It's totally up to you.
I will. To be honest, I feel like Z would probably be like reaching out to try and find it that way.
Okay.
I don't think they would look up.
Sure. Yeah. It's pretty easy to find. You know that it is docked about 3 platforms away, fairly close to that large Crichton Corp transport ship. But yeah, it's not too terribly difficult for you to find.
About how many feet away is it?
I would say, as the speeder flies, it maybe like a couple hundred feet. Like it's
Okay.
not like really far away.
It is 3 platforms or 250 feet in that direction.
Okay. Good to know. Let's go get Maximilian.
Do we have to? It's hit right. I'm so sorry. And she walks away.
I'm just starting going, do we really have to go and get him? And just walk after, says, gonna follow on. Also, quick thing. That Crying Corp ship, is there anything weird about its labeling?
Not that you can see from this distance.
Okay. Mental note to check that.
Cool. The 3 of you make your way back to the good old speedster. Maximilian, do you do anything while they are gone?
Maximilian is currently doing some streaming right now, playing some video games on the console and just like tapping into his audience, talking about the adventure coming up and like, good help is so hard to find these days. Like it's taking them so long, that sort of thing.
Excellent. It is not too terribly long before you do see Dawn and Z and a tall glass of water walking behind them.
And
Maximilian, we know where we're parked.
good.
So let's.
Did you hire someone?
Yes, we did. Your father gave it within my purview to hire ably assisted people we need to complete this adventure.
They
My
are a
name's
friend.
Connor. There it is.
So Connor O'Neill, I'd like you to
Corey
visit. Corey Connor.
Corey Connor O'Neill.
Corey Connor O'Neill. Thank you so much for joining us.
Connor O'Neill. This is Maximilian Rochester the Fourth.
Yes, that is me. Max out those millions, y'all. It's actually I'm under contract. I have to say that every time my name gets brought up. You work out, don't you?
I dabble.
Been looking for a personal trainer. We're gonna talk after this. You did.
I have.
You're a protein guy.
He sends stuff in.
We'll work something out. I can help you with that.
Right.
Okay, so you guys grab the stuff and let's get going.
Yeah. Let's grab it. Let's go.
What stuff are we grabbing?
Our gear?
Isn't this a ferry? Doesn't that mean the ship goes on the other ship?
That would make sense, yeah. No,
That would make
now that you
sense.
mention that, yeah.
Yeah.
This is when Z just stares into the camera recording that.
Right. Well,
Get on the ship then.
in that
sounds
case-
like a bad idea.
Z, do you want to get in the driver's seat?
I don't know. Max, would you like to drive today?
No.
Maximilian. Max was my father. Thank you.
Is that under contract as well?
Correct.
No, that's just a personal point of pride. No, I think you can handle this. This is just a short trip, so I'm sure
Oh,
you'll
I
be
know
fine.
that I can handle it. I wondered if you wanted the opportunity.
I mean, I drove this morning. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm a pilot.
Are we
That is
all
excellent.
pilots? Dawn's not.
Do I look like a pilot?
No, you look like a pirate. Connor, would you like to drive?
Oh, I can give it a shot. It looks like you got pretty straightforward rig up here. Where are we going though? Just on the ferry?
Yes.
Easy as it is.
Right.
Right.
We
Wagons
are.
roll then.
Yep. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get Helbine. You're all gonna be famous. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Connor, before you do anything, I do need you to sign a couple of waivers. And he like pulls out this like data pad and just has like multiple NDAs and like usage of your person and like name, release, and all that stuff.
I don't know if I'm so much on the grid for that.
Oh, it'll be fine. It's anything on this is definitely not going to be that's what I'm looking for here. Admissible.
I don't know what that word means.
He's cute. He's just gonna like shove the pad into your hand. Like this is a point of non-contention.
Connor will sign it with an X.
And we're good to go.
All right. Connor, you hop into the pilot seat. It is surprisingly rudimentary with a couple of flashy bits and bobs. Assuming that you do not wish to do any crazy stunts, you won't have to roll piloting for this one.
I did a lot of his stunts on the way over here in his cherry red space convertible that previously was picked up.
Yep. Securely locked to somewhere safe, I'm sure. But you take the craft up from where you had it parked, carefully navigate it to where the ferry is. And the ferry itself, it is this shining silver, almost like it almost looks like a miniature Zeppelin in shape. It's just kind of this silver bullet almost, that on one end has this large hatch that is opened, large enough to fit your vessel into. And just dotted all around it, all the way around it, are just windows that you can see. You can't see really into it right now, but you pretty confident you could see out of it. You maneuver the car into the ferry, and notice very quickly there could be This is a vessel that could fit probably close to like 8 to 10 speeders of this size. Yours is the only one. You have a few crew members who meet you as you disembark, and one of them appears to be of human visage, kind of a very like almost white skin, very smooth and yet round facial features, completely bald, and you can see on the side of their head are just two lines of what appear to be like data cables. You can see these just pulsating green and blue lights, kind of just sporadically blinking on and off. And they approach you all, their hands clasped behind their back, and they say, "Welcome to the Tiny Whistle. If you are ready, we can take you to your personal quarters, which you can partake in the refreshments there as we travel from here to Helbine-7.
Sounds great. Yeah, I don't actually have any questions. He's just gonna keep walking.
And they'll just kind of watch you as you go, and then give a slight nod. If you three are ready, you may follow me this way.
Lead on then.
And they turn and they walk you through a sliding door that first opens for Maximilian, and then shortly thereafter opens for the lot of you. And it opens into this wide walkway that every so often you can see a doorway that you can see poking through these windows, and you can see that there's just a slathering of seating areas. The walkway itself, going to your left, continues for quite a ways, and then you can see a staircase or rather a very gentle slope that goes upwards to presumably either the I can't even remember what it's called. The deck, the piloting place. Can't remember. It's fine. We're fine.
Bridge.
The bridge. Thank you. Thank you. But you are led to the opposite direction, and towards the end, there are a couple of sealed doors that this android figure who is leading you punches in a string of numbers, and the doors slowly open. And inside you can see just a extravagantly large room with some of the biggest windows on the side of this vessel that you've seen. There's this large sectional that's basically a giant U shape that takes up most of this room. You can see that there is a full bar in the in the corner, and behind the bar you can see is just an actual like robot with a just kind of like almost like a sideways donut shaped head, just three strips of lights, a kind of brassy sheened metallic body, and you can see 4 mechanical arms kind of reaching for different glasses, cleaning some of them, wiping down the counter, rearranging bottles. You can see off to another side, kind of slightly sectioned away, there are a handful of bunks as well. And as they had the door open, they stepped to the side, again, their hands behind their back still, and say, I hope everything is to your liking. Should you need anything, there is a panel on the side wall here, and I would be more than willing to assist you in any way, shape, or form. Just kind of stands there.
Thank you so much.
You're dismissed.
Gives you a nod and begins to walk away from you.
Right.
Drinks?
Yes.
That was a question. Okay, CZ's got it. She's getting there. They're getting there. So anyone gonna order?
I'll have one tea, Earl Grey hot.
You hear a string of affirmative beeps, and the head completely swivels 180 degrees, and begins to grab a small handleless clay mug, and from inside of its torso, you can hear the sounds of bubbling water. And one of the hands that is not holding the mug reaches down. You can see the tip of it open, and then just a stream of hot water comes out of it, places a tea bag in it, and sets it in front of you.
I'm gonna let it steep for 2 minutes.
A perfect time.
I would like to do a quick search in my brain pockets to find one of the stranger, not as common drinks.
All right. Roll me a common knowledge check.
The key. Where's my sheet? Common. Ooh, okie dokie. Okay, could have been better. That is a 6.
A 6, fantastic. You kind of do a quick scan through the most popular drinks and then try to find pages that don't have those drinks on them. One that you do find that you do know is served, or rather that is advertised to be served every once in a while at the Luminous Sea, that large expanding bar that you all met the owner and proprietor to, is the Enigma Sour. You also are familiar with this this additive that can be put into any drink if requested, that has been coined the term fluffy. And you would know that this add-on turns any beverage into an edible, very similar to consistency to cotton candy.
Okay. How much of an effect would that have on my body? Would it actually do these things do anything to me?
Has he imbibed before?
Yes, actually they do often, but they want to try something different every single time they go to a bar.
Gotcha. In times past, you haven't noticed a terribly obvious reaction. You find that your processing power goes down a little bit,
Okay.
and that it's other than that, it really doesn't seem to have too much an effect on you.
Okay, then I will sort of like lean in, trying to look casual, but it looks a little awkward. I will have an Enigma Sour, and could you add what was it? Fluffy? Fluffy? Could you add Fluffy to it?
There's a brief moment where the head just kind of like turns, and then you hear a slightly longer string of affirmation beeps and whistles. And the drink takes about a minute or so to prepare. Most of it seems to be done in the internal chambers of this robotic entity. But when it is produced, you see this almost neon yellow colored, kind of a it looks like a block almost. Kind of like just like a weird piece of tofu, but just neon yellow.
Sick.
And they give it to you in this small, kind of a cobalt blue bowl. And they slide it to you with a kind of a beeping tones that sound as close to okay as you can imagine.
I will beep back at them and take the drink.
Okay.
Except I probably go like beep boop boop, like I don't actually.
It's
I love it.
trying to use words that sound like words in a language when you
Right.
don't speak the language.
Right.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah, can I get a maxed out Millions Edition 10 Loco? Thank you. And all right.
He happily beeps an affirmative to that. What if you had to describe what this drink is, what would it be?
If I were to describe this drink, it's just a very large can with both of the contents of like everything that's bad about both Four Loko and just like special edition drinks. It's just times a million. It's just the worst.
All right.
It's like advertisement on every part of the can, like all of the sponsors that have like backed Max, and then just like it's like a 40-ounce can.
Perfect.
It has a lot of surface area.
Perfect. You actually see from the side of this it's mostly like an uneven one would think like an uneven snowman, the body of this robot. The main portion of it directly under the head is fairly large, and then there's a couple almost donut shaped pieces underneath. One of those donut shapes slides out halfway, and in there you can see nestled in kind of like a small pods of their own, freshly chilled, an entire 12-pack of your special drink.
Oh, sweet! I'll take two.
They, two of their hands, pull them out. One of the fingers on each cracks them and just sets them in front of you.
Definitely didn't need both cracked, but thanks. I like the enthusiasm.
It
Great. And just,
enthusiastically
like,
beeps back at you.
Pat it on the shoulder.
It kind of gives you a thumbs up, but its fingers don't quite bend in the right direction, so it's like almost like a hang 10.
Oh. Awesome.
About this time, you can feel the ship has started to the engines have started to turn on. You can feel slight vibrations as you all are ordering your drinks.
Connor's gonna go over and lean in. Is Earth a setting? Like, was that ever a thing in this?
I would say that it's been a really long time since Earth has kind of been part of the solar system, or rather the systems as we know them.
Okay. Connor's gonna lean in then, and he's gonna sort of slightly quietly ask, could I get a nice glass of the Cheval Blanc from 19 75, please. Thank you.
You hear from the bot tender, almost like a ooh, and it turns and actually behind it in a panel, a wall panel, you can see that it pushes on corners of this panel in sequence, and it opens, and inside you can see is another panel, but this one with a number pad that also they press a large string of numbers in sequence. And from inside of there, you can see about 4 or 5 different bottles and containers. And one of them, never before been opened, is your wine of choice. Presented to you in a almost like an almost imperceivable translucent goblet. It looks like the wine itself is floating in midair almost. And it is presented to you after the bottle itself is locked very securely away.
Is there like a spot where I can put a tip?
Not really, but
There's a credit card slot.
If they notice that you're rummaging around for some tip, you see this small tray kind of slide out from their midsection.
Connor's gonna pull out like $1,000 bill and just casually place it on the thing.
And it quickly slides back into the chest cavity. And there's a very delighted string of beeps of affirmation. The ship itself has now begun to depart the station. And you all have, they're not quite floor-to-ceiling windows, but they're pretty dang close. You have 3 of them spaced out on the far wall, with this large U-shaped sectional facing the window, so you can see very clearly out into the starry sky. As you depart the spaceport and kind of start to ascend over top of the city itself, seeming very large when you're in it, but as you get higher and higher up into the atmosphere, it starts to really show you the size of the planet as the city becomes smaller and smaller, and you can see more of just kind of the desolate, non-living planet that you are nestled upon. The ship itself, you are told over a speaker system, the trip itself will take approximately, I believe if I didn't establish this, it's going to take about a day and a half to get there. And to inform you to please relax, enjoy your trip, and if you need anything, let one of the staff know. And you are all free to move about the cabin.
Seatbelt sign off, people.
Oh, your possessions are brought to you, by the way, very shortly. Like as you were ordering your drinks, they were delivered to your room. So all of your things are with you.
Max is gonna start doing some stunts on his hoverboard. Because he's about a half a can of 10 Loco in, and that is a dangerous place to be already.
I would love for you to roll for me a piloting skill, and I would love for you to subtract 1 to your roll, please.
Okay. So that's 6, and then the D6 and the wild dice, I think it's called.
Yep, which is also a D6.
Hey, there's a 6.
Hey, roll that 6 again.
That's an 8, so 7.
Perfect. Half a can in, and you're still feeling more confident than ever in your abilities. So yeah, you do some sick tricks, grinding off the back of one of the sofa seats, doing all your sick flips and your cool tricks and all that. And manage not to destroy anything beyond repair.
Yep.
Z is going to lean over to Connor. So, Connor, what is your story?
Yeah, it's a good one. You want to hear a little bit about it? I've got, the essentials worked out. Well, I grew up just a wee lad, and went to school. After I went to school, things were pretty good, so I started working. After I did some work, found a pretty good job. Oh, don't mention that one. That's no. And went to the gym a lot. Got really worked. Really lately been working like this area over here. Yeah. And got into a lot of money, and the past few years have just been really great. Cars, gym. It's been great. How about yourself?
They're gonna kind of like sort of.
We can go into private browsing mode if we need to.
Immediately, she's like, well, did Don tell you anything about the job that we are on currently?
Honestly, you've seen me as much as I've seen him, or, well, words. The two of us, Dawn and I, we haven't seen each other for a really long time, so I was just looking for departures, and imagine the coincidence. So I haven't really heard anything. Do you know the details? Can you share a little bit? I like to know what's going to happen. Not that, we're going to have any trouble. No troubles ever.
I do anticipate quite a bit of trouble, to be honest. I will, do I have like a way to just sort of display the sort of synopsis of this on like a display for Connor to read?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's essentially light reading material available for you all in the form of just a handful of tablets that just have basically the entire known library on them. But yes, you can easily project any sort of like text drives or anything to them.
Okay, so I will go ahead and project for Connor the sort of basic synopsis of the message that has been that we received, that we decoded it, and that we're on our way to sort of uncover some of the secrets and mysteries of what the hell is happening.
As you do that, Z.
Oh no.
You know what you sent him as you wrote it yourself. However, what you see is that, which I'll post in there, and then also post in here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can't read that.
No, you read. You can read reading exactly what she sent you. She sees this.
Oh, that's new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold on. I need to add this to my notes really quickly.
I love that. Yeah, Tim's like got the pen uncapping.
Frantic
And me,
writing.
true to my characters, I don't write shit down. Maximilian.
Hey,
That's
that
not
works.
my job.
That works.
So I think that Connor would probably, while you're reading this, you might be able to see, like what I'm imagining is that I'm like holding out this tablet. The tablet is, okay, so I've been watching a lot of The Expanse, the clear tablets that they use. That's what I'm envisioning happening right now.
I need one.
And so Connor, you could probably see visibly on my face that I look like I'm not there. I've just left, and I look, there's like probably a slight twinge of like a combination of being concerned and surprised at the same time.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry, it was the private browsing mode.
I do that sometimes too when I'm in private browsing mode.
I can't, but I love it.
I think overhearing that, Max falls off the hoverboard at that moment.
Oh my.
And Don just sips tea in the corner.
Max like hurriedly gets up and is like blushing and like trying to turn around.
So this is this is the mission that you are currently joining us on.
Yeah. Well, when I said I can't read that, I meant I actually. Could you paraphrase just a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. Of
There's
course. I would be
words
happy to.
there.
So I would I'll relay everything to
Yep.
Connor.
Okay. Cool.
And then I actually don't. Did I share with Maximilian or Dawn anything about me? I haven't, right? Okay.
Y'all do a lot of things, but sharing personal secrets is not one of them.
Right. Ooh. Yeah, nope. So I will then well, this has been lovely to speak with you, Connor. I must go take care of something that I have forgotten about, and they're gone. They literally just walk away.
Peace. Bye. Ciao.
And I will go to my private
As
quarters.
Z leaves, Max is gonna like slide up on the hoverboard and just like slowly sit down next to Connor. Like, let me fill you in. So, we're maxing out those millions. Hitting Helbine-7. Checking out a lab. It's gonna be real dangerous. Basically, we're trying to find this like mass fortune. It's gonna be great for ratings. I did want to mention that if you die, the whole like your share just goes to me thing. You signed that off, so we're good.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
right? We're good.
Mm. Mm.
If you die, which you're not gonna die. No one's gonna die. It's gonna be fine.
You know, last time I was on a mission, not with anyone here, no, but last time I was on a mission, everything went really good, so everything can just keep going good between. Yeah.
Yes, we'll just go with that. This is. I'm glad to have you here. It's nice to have something to look at.
Oh, yeah. So what's your story? I was just chatting with Z about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you?
You haven't heard of me?
Has Connor heard of?
How plugged in is Connor to
Well,
social medias?
He still reads the newspaper.
If you read the newspaper, then no, you probably
You're
haven't.
probably
heard
more
of-
likely to know who my father is than me, honestly.
Yes. So you're familiar with the name Maximilian, but this is not the person who is attached to it. The Maximilian deals mostly in the what has been considered as the shipping industry, as well. You have encountered a few of Mr. Maximilian's vessels in your brief time since the incident.
The incident. So,
Okay. Sorry, what's your last name?
Rothchester.
Yeah, actually, that is familiar. You're Mr. Rothchester.
That's my father.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you haven't heard of me, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's great. No, it's actually better this way. I think it's definitely better this way. No, I'm famous, so, but probably not in circles you run in or seem to follow. Um, let's just say I have fans.
Uh, hmm, hmm. All right.
And then I funded
All
this little expedition. Well,
right.
yes, we'll go with that again.
Oh, yeah. You seem like you're, I guess, rich then.
There's money.
Ah, I like that.
Me too. Money's nice.
Anyways,
Yep. Yep. So you know Don? Don.
Yeah. We're friends.
Don, why don't you go and join the conversation?
I'm shuffling over with my cup of tea. He goes, yeah. What can I do for you, Maximilian?
Just trying to liven up the conversation with keeping things rolling.
Right, then
How did you know each other? Yeah, there.
Oh, we work together.
Right. I think I gathered that.
Yes. It was a long time ago, you know. I had more hair and less mustache.
Years.
Long time ago. Before you were born, lad.
Oh.
Perhaps not that long ago, but, you know, relatively terms.
Fair enough. So, how did the job go? What was it? It seems like there was a story there. I mean, I'm sure they would love to hear about it. And he like points to the camera that just like floats right here.
Oh, you know, the it was a job. It happened. I got paid, and I happily retired until I kindly came out of retirement for this here adventure, and Connor got a nice down payment on his zippy red sports thing.
Yeah.
That's the word for thingy.
Yeah. I went there and I was like, can I get a ZP Red sports thing? And they're like, we'll hook you up. It was great.
So it was a good time.
Sounds like it.
I just realized you can't actually see me winking behind this. I just realized the inherent problem with an eye patch.
But you can just blink and we'll think it's a wink.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that sounds great. I guess some group cohesion is going to be good for the mission, so I'm all about it.
I'll tell you what, Maximilian. It's been a long time since I've met Connor, so I think this deserves a bit of celebration. Do you not agree? And I'll turn to the robot and go, "Hello, I'll have a bottle of Chateau Neuf du Pape and 3 fresh glasses, and sneakily, and in one of them, can I have double the amount of fluffy, the one that's going to the one with the board?"
There is a well, first I'm going to I will have Connor and Maximilian make notice checks for me.
That I think is a D6, yeah.
And you get a beeped reply that's okay. And the behind the same panel that they went into for Connor's wine, they quickly open it again and pull out the bottle of liquid of choice and present it in 2 glasses that are very similar to the ones that Connor had their beverage in, and then one that's a kind of a darker, same shape, a little bit bigger, just a little bit darker, and it has in it. It's just the beverage is poured, and in this one, it's just like kind of expands and takes up the whole thing, and just has like this little muffin top almost to it.
All right, so
That's an 11 notice check, by the way.
yeah. So there you go. There's 11 notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I rolled a 6 and a 5, so
Yeah.
dice like me tonight.
You know what?
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay, that's wonderful, fantastic. So it's not really. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Silly game. Yeah, I'll actually go ahead and make This is technically a social stealth roll. It's not necessarily agility based.
Shall I do persuasion?
I don't know how much that typically. Well, you know what? For the sake of this, yes.
Okay.
With the idea that you're not necessarily persuading the person you're talking to, you are trying to talk in such a manner to convince your friends that you're not saying anything.
Oh.
Oh, you
Okay.
exploded.
Yeah, both of them did. So that is. I'm not adding any of my normal additions to it, am I?
Correct.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Okay. You're pretty sure that he said something else, Maximilian. So you did notice that there were other words spoken, but you didn't have enough time to pick them
I didn't pick up it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like one of those, like, what'd you say?
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
Right, so Connor, you go, and Max is your one, and
Is mine the one that's like obviously like different?
Yes, that's the this is just the normal low class version, and this is the ultra high end deluxe version with gilded stuff.
I think it's funny that you don't think I know what a prank is, bro. It's actually pretty entertaining. And then I'm gonna just down it anyway, which is really just like chewing it.
Well, I was gonna do a toast, but there you go. Down the hatch. And just neck it.
Okay.
Corny.
Let's see. I think this does deserve a roll. I'm going to say, Maximilian, make a vigor roll for me.
Okay, I have at least a 6-figure, so that's a 5.
All right.
No explosions this time.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to give you a mild penalty simply because you were already pretty imbibed at this time.
That's fair.
You don't immediately pass out. However, you are quite drunk after this delicious chewy drink.
Chewy drink. Yeah. Just it's weird eating your alcohol. I never really thought to do that. I'm not sure I'm a fan, but good one. Ah. And then he just like starts feeling. He's like,
Do you need to go lie down, lad?
no, I need to lie down. It's crazy. It's crazy. Connor, get a load of this guy.
Do you want another drink?
No. I have another drink already. And he falls out the second of the 10 locos. And just sets it down and just like, So Connor,
Yeah.
are you seeing anyone?
No, I spend a lot of time at the gym, so people don't really actually like to talk there. They kind of just, they do their weights.
Jim's his
Oh,
name?
eh? No, no,
You
no,
said his
no.
name's Jim?
Well, Jim. No, no, no. Don't worry about Jim. Yourself? You
Oh,
any famous?
a lot of people see me.
Oh, eh, that's yeah. All right.
I don't even know what to do with that information.
Do you have like a link or something? Anything that goes with the newspaper?
Oh, you mean for just like my normal stuff? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
normal stuff.
that's all that I have, which is
Yeah.
definitely not on the same page. That was quite the drink you gave me there, Don.
Yeah, it's getting warm in here.
I might actually go lie down. He's just gonna like
that seems like a good idea, lad.
like sort of scooch off the couch and like sit on the hoverboard and just like push himself with his arms over to the bed.
That's a good lad. Do you need tucking in bed, or can you do it yourself?
He just kind of like rolls off the board into the lower bunk.
There we go, lad. Sweet dreams.
Just the breaststroke across the floor.
Sweet dreams, lad.
Night, Don.
Night,
Night,
Maximilian.
Connor.
Good night, friend Maximilian. He's an interesting one.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad. He's a handful, but he's a good lad. Speaking of handfuls,
Hey, money.
I was speaking more in the capacity of people.
Oh yeah. That's me.
How is he?
Are we going into private browsing mode here?
We are in private browsing mode here, lad.
Yeah.
By the way, Max is pretending to fall asleep at the moment. He's trying to listen at the moment.
Okay, we are in very private browsing mode.
You want to know about Flint?
How is he?
Honestly, I was surprised at how long he took to sell the damn things. I was freaking here forever. It was weird stuff to get rid of.
I know. That's why I didn't want any part of selling it.
Yeah, I made a mistake on that one, honestly. Hung around way too long. Yeah, but I don't know. He went off afterwards once we were done.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You didn't get any you didn't get any heat from selling those things, did you?
Unconfirmed on either direction. I don't really know. I mean, maybe it's a little bit weird that I have all this money all of a sudden and I'm like spending it or whatever, but
Well, you haven't filed your income tax yet, have you?
I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, don't worry. That's good. That's good. As long as you don't put it on, as long as you don't declare it on your income tax form, you're fine.
Got it.
Nice. Good lad. But yeah, providing you're not still in touch with him, are you?
I mean, I could if I tried.
No,
maybe.
no. We're not
Oh.
in touch with him.
Oh. You don't. Did you two get off on the wrong foot or something?
No, I don't think we need Flint keeping an eye on what we're doing here, because things could get very violent quite quickly.
Oh yeah. I really don't like violence, despite the. Yeah.
Are you stretching?
No, it was just showing off, really.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
You got a few more. You got a bit bulkier since last time.
Bulkier.
Yeah, a bit more like oomph.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I'm kind of curious why you mentioned him, Flint. I just want to know a bit more. It seems like you're more than just worried, aren't you? Potentially? Am I reading this right?
Listen, I don't know how much the lad knows, and I turned to look at Max and just see if he's kind of like doing the whole like one eye open, trying to listen in kind of thing.
You don't need your eyes to listen, so he's just laying there with his eyes closed.
Right.
I will, Max. Since we're here, Maximilian, go ahead and make a notice check. I'm gonna have you make it at definitely a -1 for
Okay.
sure, but not a -2 because you do have technically recording equipment, but just a
Okay.
-1 for now.
I will say that Connor has the big mouth attribute.
Okay.
I don't know if that plays.
Oh god.
I love Connor.
Awesome.
So that's a 1-6. Another that's 10 minus the 1. So
You definitely can hear, at the very least, everything that Connor is saying.
All right. Okay. Right.
fantastic.
Look, Connor. I don't know what the lad knows, but I was hired to make sure that he doesn't come to harm, and it's quite hard to do that when Flint's around.
Oh, yeah.
Case in point, our last job.
I think that paints a really good picture. I think I get the idea now.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Right. We're coming out of private browsing mode now, all right?
I really like this feature, honestly. It helps me a lot on keeping things clear.
It's a good way of learning, isn't it? Have you been practicing your words?
I've been working on writing down my sets and my lifts.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's very good.
Great.
We can talk to Z. She might be able to help you out a bit more, maybe.
Yeah, there was a bunch of weird things. Lots of words over there. It was a bit much.
How many words?
A whole freaking story.
They are quite good at doing words.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything like that. Have you been working on anything? It's been like quite a while.
No, I'm too old for that, lad.
Retirement.
Yeah, just quiet, keeping myself to myself.
Any writing? Music?
No, nothing with the written word.
You just sat there the whole time.
No, I travelled for a bit.
Travel.
Travelled for a bit, saw some things. Did one or two, extracurricular activities as a retiree does, It was all fine. Just a nice, quiet retirement.
Quiet. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, you see. But it's all good. After this job, we can actually retire.
We never left retirement, right?
Well, semantically saying we yeah, true. You have a point. You have a point. You have a point. We've never technically retired. I don't think we can technically retire from what we used to do.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we don't get any of those weird freaking things.
Yeah. It was
the old alpha, beta, gamma.
Yes, let's not find any of the alpha, beta, gamma stuff.
XYZ.
Fighting my impulse. Yes. Let's not find any of that. Let's just get us where we're going. Go in, find this boatload of cash, and then we can settle down on a beach planet.
Just like last time, except richer.
We're richer, and more cars.
Yeah, I've been really thinking about like a big red cherry, like moon or something.
A cherry red moon.
Yeah. A little twinkle in the sky that everyone can see at night.
I love Connor so much.
It's a good dream, lad. It's a good dream. I just want a small little boat,
Oh,
go around, do some sea fishing,
well, that sounds lovely.
get those space dolphins.
Space dolphins. Yeah, I've never seen one of them.
They're like, normal dolphins just in space. They have like trails of rainbows coming out from the back of them.
Oh, well, that sounds lovely.
You like them. If we see some, I'll let you know.
I would love for Dawn and Connor to make notice checks for me, please.
Hang on.
What is, as you're doing that, Z, what are you doing during this interim after you left?
So, Z is gonna go back to their room, and they are going to, like, what you see, if we were to do it this way, what you would see is that they are going to, like, pan up all of the code that they see from time to time. And they're trying to, like, look at all of these codes. They're, like, trying to layer them on top of each other. They're trying to move them around. They're trying to run it through databases to see if there is some kind of secret code that this is. They're trying to run it. They're basically trying to see if this new code that they just saw, this new string of numbers that they just saw, helps them determine anything else about being plagued by these streams of numbers.
Okay. I will say, I think this falls under hacking.
Okay.
Because you're essentially creating your own deciphering program. So go ahead and make me a hacking check.
Okay. Oh.
You do have bennies. You have 3 of them, and you can use them to re-roll if you would like.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's a 7.
7. Fantastic.
I just take the higher number, right? Of the D6 and whatever else I roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so it's a 7.
Okay. It takes you some time. And I imagine perhaps that you're on one of these top bunks and you just have it on the ceiling above you, kind of just trying to figure it out. And you realize, after kind of comparing some of the placements of these symbols and letters and everything, that there is some kind of it is words, and it's an older in this present universe, a kind of code that hasn't been used for a very long time. It's actually hexadecimal.
I'm writing this in all caps right now.
So, using that, the ones that you had earlier, like from your past, what numbers did those start with?
7. I have 72, 75, 7A.
Fantastic. Okay. So those 3 you're able to translate. The one that starts with 72 translates to release the storm.
Oh, no.
The one that starts with 75 says unify them all.
Okay.
The one that starts with 7A, Zagoth is key.
That's not great for me. That's not great.
It's not great. The one that you got today, using kind of this program, you're able to kind of decipher it. And you realize that the lines here are in a very similar format to the message that was kind of sent through the Cantalian system. This message from supposedly Helbine. The line structure is very similar. However, it does give a very different message. Hang on. Let me, gotta fix it. 2 seconds.
Ooh.
Boy, howdy, we're getting some tea right now, y'all.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
I have to remember where the numbers stop.
Tim.
I've just translated the numbers.
Okay. So I'll post it in chat. Well, I'll read it and then I'll post it in chat. Long have we slept, come awaken us. For too long we have been hungry, come feed us.
Oh, God. Okay, sorry.
What did you guys roll on your notice checks, by the way?
7 and 5.
8 and 6.
Oh, perfect. Was the 6 on your d6? No? Okay.
It was my 4 exploding into a 6.
Fantastic. Okay. So with those rolls, as Z is kind of having her own revelations in the corner, the two of you talking about your space fish, your gaze turns towards the windows that are these just massive windows here, and you see just this sprawling, starry nightscape. Far brighter stars than you guys have, or rather Dawn, that you've seen for a while, since you've been kind of sequestered on Helbine Prime for a very long time. And then you're just looking over this starry scape, and you notice there are almost like pockmarks in the stars. It should be a blanket of these just like sparkling starry planets, and you can see that there is voids kind of dotted around, and you start to kind of count them, and there's hundreds of just where there should be stars, there is nothing.
Yeah.
About this time, Maximilian rolls over and barfs.
Classic.
That Connor, that doesn't look right to you, does it?
Nope. Had to think on it, but nope. That's not right.
That's not right.
Should we do something about that, Captain?
It's not Captain round here.
Nope.
just Don. Just Don, right?
Mr. Dawn.
Right. That'll do. Yeah. Right. Let's go let's go to the bridge and see if they need any assistance. All right?
Yeah, watch out for the barf.
Yeah, I've got the bath. Don't worry. It's refreshing to be around Bath again.
Be fine.
Yeah, just you'll stay there. Get some rest. Drink water. Water.
So he
Water mixed.
pushes the board over to the drink bot.
Right.
Water, please.
Water.
The bartender just kind of like grabs about 3 just tall glasses, puts them on the board, and then just from 3 of their fingers, just like jets of water into them.
Well, before I go, I'll push the board back.
I imagine there's like a recall button. I can just hit it and it just returns to me. But yeah, so I'll start downing the water. Produce a couple space aspirin.
Perfect. Dawn and Connor, you guys are headed to the bridge.
Right.
Okay. As you start heading to the bridge, and leaving Z and Maximilian to their business, we're gonna take a quick bio break, a nice short one since it's kind of later than I usually take them, but be back in like five-ish minutes. Just a quickie, and we will return to see what else happens while we're here with all of these lovely people. Okay, be right back.
Hot.
Oh, wow. Coming in so hot. Like that. Fantastic. Perfect. All right. So, Dawn and Connor. You leave your domicile and begin making your way towards the front of the vessel. It becomes quite apparent to you that you are, in fact, besides the crew, the only ones on this ship. And so your passage to the front, to the bridge, is unfettered by people, bodies, anybody getting in your way. The bridge itself is also being piloted by not too many people. It looks to be about 5 people here, various different consoles. There is a large panoramic window in the front that these consoles are kind of set up facing. And as you enter, you see the android who had previously brought you to your rooms is kind of standing towards the center of the bridge with their hands clasped behind their back, kind of looking out the large viewport, and notices your entry. Kind of turns and says, "Oh, hello."
You right there? You know, you see those spots where stars and planets should be? Out through the window.
I do see some strange anomalies, yes.
Do you know what those strange anomalies are?
I do not. And they begin to walk forward to where one of the other crew members are currently very unenthusiastically poking at a touch screen. And they kind of sidle up alongside and with a couple swift flicks change the screen to a more detailed kind of a short range scan of the surrounding area. And you hear them say, and then you see that they just kind of pinch outwards and kind of the screen shifts slightly, and they kind of stare at it for a moment and then stare out into the viewport, and then turns back to you. Our scans show that there is nothing there, so it must be some strange debris.
I probably didn't clarify myself properly. If there was things there, and there's now no longer things there, then what used to be there?
I fear there may have been a misunderstanding. There has been no change since our previous scans. Nothing has appeared. Nothing has been removed. As I said, it could be some natural obstructions. I'm sure it will pass soon. There's no need to be alarmed.
Can I insight check? Is that a thing?
It's not really an inside check.
If I know they're lying, out of character.
We know they're lying. Let's see. There's not really an insight skill, which is really interesting.
Is there read a bad situation? Is that an
Like
option?
notice?
Maybe. I would say notice is definitely a good catch-all skill.
I want to notice the fuck out of this.
Okay.
Yep. I notice the fuck out of this. Yes, that's a 10 and a 5.
All right. You can tell, and it's a little bit hard to tell since they are speaking without much inflection or like emotional variance in their voice. But you can tell they're definitely trying to keep you calm and not panic you. You can also tell that they are not lying per se. The general gist is that you understand it. They don't know. And from what you can tell, it concerns them.
And go, right. Okay. Is that where we're heading?
Based on our trajectory, it does not appear as if we will go straight through. It seems to be more centered around Helbine Prime than any of the moons.
And that's not worrying.
As I said, it could simply be debris.
Okay.
I can guarantee your safety to the final destination, to Helbine-7, as it is within my directive to do so.
Yeah, I'm not the brightest person, but that's weird. I don't think you can guarantee our safety.
As you said, you are not the brightest person. I can guarantee your safety.
Whoa.
It was his own admission.
All
Yes,
right.
but still rude. Come on.
I'm simply trying to assure you that we will make it to our destination.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything simple about you.
I choose to take that as a compliment.
Okay.
Right. If there is any problem, please inform us with haste.
Of course.
As I'm sure you know by the person who chartered this ship, I've been tasked to look after the man who chartered the ship. And if anything happens to him, something will happen to you.
This has been clearly laid out in my directives as well,
What are your directives?
to ensure the safety of the passengers on this ship, particularly one Maximilian Rochester IV.
What other directives have you been given?
I'm sorry, you do not have the clearance to be told those directives.
Who does
Yeah,
have the clearance?
Maximilian Rochester III and IV.
Right. Connor, thank you for informing of this. We will be right back.
Of course.
We're going to go grab Max.
Okay.
Kind of like you get back and he's just like sitting up in bed with just like a glass of water and just like his
Blowing-
face resting on it.
Blowing bubbles.
Blowing
in his
bubbles.
water.
Okay. Right. Listen, Maximilian.
Mhm. Yep.
Look at me. Look at me. Good lad. Look at me.
Mhm.
Right. We need you
Mhm.
to do something. It's very important. All right.
I mean, obviously, that's
Yeah.
my skill set is doing things and getting things done.
We need you to use your ability to influence people. That's the word, isn't it?
I thought you'd never ask Don.
Oh,
And he's just
okay.
gonna like try to stand on the board and then directly sit down.
Okay, right. We'll help you, but here's what I need you to ask. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to ask. What are your other directives?
What are your other directives?
There we go. Right. Connor, get one side. Let's.
Should
I
we?
was actually gonna go check on Z.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, should we bring Z or is this a group
Bring
effort?
Z. Bring Z. Everyone, we need to come get this sorted now.
I'll go grab Z.
Dad mode activate. Come on.
Okay.
Get my items.
So are you assisting Max by walking or by just like pushing them along?
Because I'm not that strong. I'm just gonna try and get him on the board and then use the board to like.
Max is gonna pull out a thing of rope and just like hand one end to Don.
No. I've got me under me. Right. Let's just go. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Connor, you find Z, unless Z, you have changed locations since the two of them have left. You find Z on the top bunk of one of these small side rooms, staring at the ceiling.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. We have a little bit of a situation that we could really use some of your help on.
Yes,
There-
I do think we should all perhaps meet and speak, as there is some information that has been brought to me that it might be pertinent to the mission that we are approaching.
Oh, fantastic. They're heading to the bridge. Do you want to head to the bridge too?
And what is happening on the bridge? I will come with, yes, but tell me what is happening on the bridge.
Yeah, so there's this one in the bridge, and they're all like, "You don't have access, and you're simple and not very smart." And we need to go and figure out what's going on with them because they're hiding secrets. But Captain Dawn over there, he's got it figured out. He's gonna go take Max the millions, and go get some access.
Oh, okay. For the record, Connor, I do not think you are simple.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Let's go.
As Dawn is helping him to be like, so Captain, huh?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, sir. I meant to say sir.
He was pulling it from the other conversation you had earlier. 'Cause these two are
Oh.
alone at the moment.
I see.
Yeah, I used to be a captain of a small ship.
I am gonna ask questions about that later.
I'm hoping that we survive till later for you to ask me those questions.
That's the plan. Let's go.
Let's go.
It'll be fine.
Hang on, before you go, I'm gonna get a bit of cloth and just wipe his face a little bit to get some of the vomit off. It's like, there you go. It's not better, but it's not horrid. Let's go. You're
Alright.
still incredibly attractive.
I was gonna say it's like down to a 9 now.
It goes from an 11 just to a 10. All right. Z and Connor, you catch up with them fairly quickly. They're not moving incredibly fast. And the four of you make your way to the bridge. There's a few more people than were here before. There doesn't seem to be any communication between any of them. None of them seem at all concerned. None of them seem to be emoting much at all. And you realize that they are all androids.
Oh, excellent. My people. Ooh.
Excuse me.
Oh.
All right. We want to have a conversation with you all. Is that all right?
They all turn to look at you at the same time. And
That's not creepy.
the one who's spoken to you multiple times before walks up to you again and says, "What can we help you with?"
Max,
No.
influence her.
What are your other directives? Nailed it. First try.
Good lad.
Just
You can see that they blink for a solid like 20 seconds, and they say, "Directives: keep Maximilian Rochester IV safe and bring him to his destinations. If necessary, assure that the others who are with them also make it to their destination."
sorry, that list seemed like it was gonna be a lot longer.
You can see that she's like blinking a lot, and you can see that her eyes are going like back and forth pretty rapidly.
We've seen Z do this, I'm sure.
And they refocus on you and say, ulterior directive found. Should the can't think of the right word that I want to use. Hang on. should the rest of the crew be found endangering Maximilian Rochester IV, they shall be taken care of.
All right. You heard them. But please don't kill any of them or take care of. That's not really what we're going for here.
Is this an official change in directives?
Yeah.
Noted.
Actually, at least not while I'm present. How about that? Just don't want to see
Distinction
it. I was kidding!
Are there any
No,
other
sorry.
addendums to the directives or any new directives?
Sorry, ulterior directive, just wipe that one. I was sorry. He like looks at everybody, it's like, what? Yeah, just get yep. And then actually tell us what's going on with the things.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Z.
Hello.
Help with words.
My name is Z.
Hello, my name is Erin.
Hello, Aaron. I believe there is some concern about something that is happening out there.
Yes, these concerns have been brought to my attention, and I have assured the passengers that there is nothing to be alarmed about. There simply seems to be some space stuff that is perhaps blocking our viewpoints.
May I take a look at it?
Of course.
I will go up and take a look outside to see. And then I will, what I am actually trying to do while I am there, I want to use my Cyberjack ability to try and tap into, actually, what I want to try to do is tap into the ship itself or the androids to see if I know what they're communicating to one another right now about what's actually out there.
Absolutely. There's a bug here and I will kill it. But you do that.
Okay, so am I rolling hacker for this?
I believe so. Is this an Android specific ability, or is this
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. There you are. Oh, it's in the other one. Haha. It's not in the other one. Okay. Yes, I believe it is just a hacker ability. Or rather, hacking role. Can't seem to find it. It might be an edge that you have, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I don't know. You sent it to me.
Oh, did I?
So this is a thing you have.
Oh, I know what it is then. I remembered.
Okay.
Yes, it's a cybernetic enhancement. Cyberjack. Yes. Okay, so.
So I'm assuming it's a hacker roll that I then add the +4 to it. Is that right?
Yes, I will say yes. Yep.
Okay.
Now, just to let you know, this does require you to physically plug yourself into the console.
Okay, so would there be a way for me to... I'm trying to do this stealthily so that they don't actually know that I'm doing this. Like, I'm trying to, go up to look outside, but, I'll put my hand on the console and, out of my arm will come, a little,
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
Connor,
And
can Connor offer some cover?
I was gonna say, can
Yes.
I offer distraction? That's
Yes,
kind of what I wanted to help.
Yes, there is a thing for this that I discovered. There is a support role. Let's see if I can find it.
Everybody, check out how hot we are.
Hey, do you want to make out?
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Unless.
Unless. Support. There it is. Okay. So, for a support role, when you want to cooperate or help an ally with a task, which is absolutely, if you're trying to distract them, you absolutely can do that. Let's see. Okay. So, to support another character on their action, you would roll a skill that you think is relevant to the situation. And if you succeed in that roll, it gives them a +1. If you succeed with a raise, it gives them a +2 to their roll. If you fail, well, it doesn't help much.
Oh my gosh, look at your mug.
I know, it's so cute, and then the back has the butt.
Oh,
That's the best. Anyway, hot guys, how would you like to attempt to assist Z?
Can I use my athletics because I'm so buff?
How would you like to use your athletics? In what way would you like to use your athletics?
I'm just gonna like walk over and sort of like begin making myself sort of, take up space where space needs to be taken up. So whenever like Z reaches over, I'm gonna be like, "Well, flex that way."
Okay.
I realize I'm pushing it, but I could do a different skill if we want.
Okay. Well, it does include balancing in here, which you do. It does include. It will work. It will work for the sake of this, I would say. Maximilian, are you also attempting to help out?
I am.
How would you?
I'm gonna like to try to use performance
Okay.
by putting on just kind of a drunken show, sort of acting up how drunk I am, like tumbling into bots, to androids. Just, yeah.
Perfect.
So playing it up.
Wonderful. You can both roll then.
I got a 6.
6. Okay.
8.
8. Fantastic. So that is a total of 2 successes and a raise. So you're going to get a +3 to your roll, Z.
And I only re-roll. I can only re-roll the D6, right? If I get a
Nope.
6.
Nope. If you any die that you roll, if you roll the highest number on that die, then you can re-roll it. And then whatever you roll, because your companions are so helpful, you'll get a +3.
Okay, that's a 19.
Well, hot damn. All right. So, as you're surreptitiously plugging into the mainframe, describe to me the scene that happens behind her, please.
So whenever Z moves, Connor's like facing away, and he's just sort of like, "Oh yeah, flex these. This one's really good. Oh yeah, get over there. Yep. Oof. Everyone, come on, do it yourself. Down to the toes.
Starts leading an android aerobics class.
Yep.
And then, yeah, Maximilian's just gonna like, kind of like seeing Z move towards this, and I think they've seen this before, at least once or twice. Is gonna like purposely like trip on the hoverboard and like stumble into the main one they've been talking, apologize profusely, and then like stumble a little bit more, sort of like falling into Connor.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Fantastic. So with your 19, you're specifically describe for me again what you're specifically looking for. What you're hoping to get out of this.
So what I'm hoping to do is, they're clearly not sharing information that they have. I am trying to find out what kind of information it was that they have gleaned by scanning this, and or whatever I'm able to do, try to I don't know if it would be possible, but try to get any information that they may have been communicating with one another without speaking. I don't know if any of them are connected to the ship, but that is my hope.
Perfect. You gain that both of those very, very well, easily because you did so well. The main thing that you hope to find is, and this involves just a slight tweaking of your own to it, the scanners that they were using to pick up potentially these long range anomalies. You notice that there is a slight strangeness to them. It does appear that there are things there, and because you rolled a 19, which is also great, you're able to slightly fine-tune the scanners to determine that there are, in fact, hundreds of ships around Helbine.
Oh.
You can tell that they are all very similar. And based on you would know that they are of Crichton Corporation make, although you're not quite sure what these ships are being used for and why you can't see them. To your second question, yes, they are in fact speaking to each other without any verbal communication, both to each other and to the ship. And you realize that it is similar, and it is a strange cessation of you remembering something that you're not necessarily, that a memory that's not quite yours. You used to be able to do that.
Oh. Okay.
You have a sneaking suspicion that these particular androids were manufactured at the very least by the Interstellar Coalition. Perhaps they were very old models. That is what you glean.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my sweet baby android girl. Oh. Okay. Great. I will disconnect from the ship. And I will turn back around. And I will say, that is quite an anomaly out there. I can't make sense of it. However, upon looking at the rest of you, we all look quite tired. Perhaps we should retire to our room now. I think that might be a good idea.
I do think that would be a great idea. You all should rest and relax. As I've said, there's nothing to be concerned about.
And I'm gonna one by one look at you all in the eyes and say, great, then we will retire to our room.
Max has an absent-minded hand still on Connor's very, very well-defined chest.
Yeah, let's get you back, buddy. And Connor will give an arm under and help him, but he'll place the arm around. Not
long arm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As we are walking out, I am going to lean over to one of the... Is there another android that is standing near... what was their name? Alan?
Aaron.
Aaron? Mm-hmm. Is there one standing right near them?
There's one seated fairly close, yeah.
I will lean over and say, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
They look over to you, and it is a very similar face to Aaron's. And they say, Nyla.
Okay.
But it looks uncannily similar.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely to meet you, Nyla. I am Z. Okay, thank you for your help.
And they just kind of turn back to what they were doing.
Okay. So, just are all of our rooms, are we all sharing one room together, or do we have like a common space and then we have like pods off of that?
I was kind of envisioning it as a space that could hold about 8 people. So there are 4 rooms, each of which has a set of bunk beds. So there are enough for each of you to have your own rooms, or bunk up 2 and 2. But there is that large open area with the giant U-shaped sectional and the bar and all of that.
Okay. So I'm gonna usher us all back into that room. And once we are, or I'm gonna usher us into like one room. And once we're there, I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna take a quick look around the room to see if there's any sort of recording devices or like anything like that that might be currently active.
Okay. That I believe is going to be on the right page.
I also need to ask you a question, but I need to message you privately.
Okay.
I'm going to do that now.
Okie dokie. It will be a notice check. Notice kind of covers a whole lot of ground, apparently.
Okay, I can do this. I can multitask. I'm a teacher.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. That is. That's a 5.
A 5. Okay. Doing a distracted and cursory look around this whole place. The only sort of like recording device that you can see is the little robot that's just floating by Maximilian.
Okay.
I'm sure that face meant nothing.
I misspelled something like wildly. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna look over at Maximilian and say, Maximilian, I have a request that you shut off all communication devices at this time.
Wait, 1 second. Everybody, it's been a wild ride. Obviously, this has been another great adventure into the life of Maximilian Rochester IV. Max out those $1,000,000. Love you. And then shuts everything down and just kind of like breathes a sigh. Now we're good.
I have some information to share with you all that I was able to determine while I was over there. I appreciate your help during that moment. And then you're gonna, well, no, we'll start there. Sorry, there are steps to this. Out there, there is in fact not places of the solar system that are missing. However, it is rather that there are hundreds of ships that are currently cloaked sitting out there. I am unsure as to why we cannot see them, but they are from the Crichton Corporation, and I do not know why they are there. It is, however, concerning. And then you're going to see their demeanor change drastically, and she's going to slump down in a chair, which is something that Maximilian has never seen her do.
I was actually going to say Max's demeanor has changed too because the cameras are off. He's kind of like a little bit more composed, a little bit more like less on, and is just kind of like there. Way quieter than you're used to.
I'm noting.
Crichton Corp, huh?
Correct.
That is troublesome, isn't it?
Maximilian, you surprised me.
What? You think that's actually me?
I have never seen you as anything else.
That's the point, see. That's the point.
I have some information that I believe is pertinent to our safety on this mission that I should share with you all. I broke out of the Interstellar Coalition about 1.5 years ago. Most of my memory has been severed. There are many things that I do not know about my own creation in that laboratory. I know that it was painful there. I know that it was so. It would be important for you all to know that there are a number of members from the Interstellar Coalition who are currently researching the same place that we are headed to, including some of the magistrates, which are the head scientists from the coalition. 2 of those scientists, one of them is named Magistrate Damien Zam. The other is Dr. Peter Kezet, which has some significance to me, but I do not know what, as I do not have many memories from that time, but I know that that name is important to me and my creation and my original directives that I disobeyed. They also have a security force with them that is small. However, one of the main goals of the Interstellar Coalition is to ensure that there is wavelengths between anything created or utilized in that facility, meaning they can communicate without having to speak to one another. You all witnessed that out there on the bridge just now.
I kind of figured something like that was going on.
That is all the information that I can share at this time. I know that there is something that I am connected to, potentially on that planet. I don't know, but it may get dangerous. And I don't want, we are here for one mission. And if something comes up that would put your lives in danger as a direct result of my presence, I do not want you to sacrifice yourselves for me.
Don't have to worry about that bit, but I imagine things are going to start getting intertwined, so.
That is correct. That is all.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
By the sounds of it, I think we need to take over the ship. We can't trust. We can't trust them, and we're not entirely sure about where they are actually taking us.
I don't know if that's the case exactly. I think we use them until we get to a point that we don't.
I believe that those androids out there are older models. And while they can communicate with one another, that does not necessarily mean... I'm like trying to run through my head right now and calculate the possibility of these androids sharing that this particular crew is headed to Helbine-7. And if they can communicate that with the Interstellar Coalition.
I don't think you have to roll for this. Your paranoia says that it's always a possibility.
Okay.
Practically speaking, unless they were directly communicating via communication relay, you're pretty confident that it's not that that advanced, at least to your recollection.
I'm gonna relay that to everybody.
Not too bad. We just use them until we can't, and toss them.
I don't like this. But if it needs be, we've got a way to make sure that they don't. Well, we can put them offline for a bit. If things go a bit awry.
Your mind goes weird places, Don. Not gonna lie.
It's comes with age.
Maximilian, what is your investment in this mission?
That is probably for another time. As much as has been shared with you has been correct. Money, fame, fortune, all that's definitely a focus.
It appears to be a focus, but not a goal.
Not sure I see the difference.
I know.
Connor, any thoughts swimming through that head of yours?
Yeah, I thought this wasn't supposed to be complicated. I just want to retire into a nice life.
High risk, high reward.
Eh. All right.
What's your skill set besides muscle?
You know, I like a lot of people do like me.
It's fair.
I'm hot.
That you are. So, role that I previously held what's the word I'm looking for? Unfettered, maybe.
Yeah, don't know what that word means.
Yep. So, let's not die.
Yeah, no kidding. I think I need a second to think on all of this.
That's fine. I'm gonna just look at Dawn.
Be honest with me now, the cameras are off. How much do you hear?
What do you mean?
I'm not going to ask you twice.
Enough, Captain. Enough.
What do you want to do?
I want to get to Helbine-7 and investigate the lab. I don't think we're in any danger at the moment, but I think we make ready to bolt when the time comes.
Now, when you say bolt,
I mean, hop on the ship and go.
if needs be, I can create a distraction.
Your dad hired you for a reason.
And you don't know the half of it.
Getting a picture.
0.6% of a picture. Until then, sober up. And let's get ready for whatever this shitstorm is.
All right.
You hear a slight string of beeps coming from the corner.
God damn! The bartender!
I thought we had like stepped into like one of the rooms or something. I guess
undisclosed.
They're just beeps.
I will walk over to the bartender.
I will follow.
It looks at you as it has before.
Okay. Hold on to your butts, everyone.
Tightly clenched.
Would there be just a stupid bartender?
It's just a bot.
Would there?
It's fine.
Would there be a way for me to hack into this bartender and erase the last 5 minutes of its memory?
It is possible. Successful, we shall see.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. With this, I'm assuming this is another hacking roll. Okay. Y'all just shit. I'm like nervous. I'm like shaking. I just dropped my dice. Hold on. Okay. Didn't fuck me. Okay. Well, and maybe it did. I got a 12. I mean 11. Sorry.
Oh, that is fantastic. So that is a success with an extra almost 2 raises. So it succeeds exceptionally. Quite easily, you find a panel on the back of its cylindrical donut-shaped head, and are able to pop it open and just directly access its memory core and essentially erase any data that it had gathered over the past however long that you want to erase it.
Okay.
Very, very easily.
I will really quietly first say, "I'm so sorry, friend," and then I will erase the last 7 minutes.
Okay. You do so. And afterwards, you see the lights kind of like dim for a second, and then they come back up with a kind of like a reboot set of beeps.
You know, we forgot to tell him private browsing mode. All right. We taking watches or
Just
crashing?
two to a room.
I don't actually need sleep, so I'm happy to watch.
That's slightly more unsettling, but so like what you see. Connor, bunk up.
I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought I was muted.
No, you were not, and it was perfect. That was
the
amazing.
best.
That was. Mm-hmm. I want that clip attached with. Oh, I thought I was muted. All right.
All right. You
I'm
will.
gonna grab my plasma rifle out of my stuff and
Okay.
like take it to the bedroom with me.
Okay.
I
Um.
pull
oh,
Z
go
into
ahead.
another room quickly. Private browsing mode.
I feel like that may be it from here on out.
I need you to do a search for me.
Okay.
I need you to search for the words flint and walrus in the same article. Any mention of flint and walrus at the same time, anywhere near where we're going.
I will conduct that search. What would I use for this one?
Probably. I think this would be a common knowledge roll.
Okay. So that is a 8.
An 8? Okay. Yeah. You do find mention of a ship named the Walrus. The name Flint you find a couple of times in kind of official almost like police reports from years ago, almost decades ago, for petty crime, for piracy, things of that nature. The walrus you see kind of sporadically throughout documentation from the last 10 years or so. And you see the name, you see an official documented name change from the Walrus to the Spartan. And you see that the name of the captain has been changed to a Captain Smollett. But as far as you can see, as far as you can tell, there is no Captain Flint or Captain Smollett documented near Helbine-7. Neither can you see a Spartan or a Walrus.
All right, so I will first well, I guess we all have some secrets that we carry with us then, Dawn.
You could say that. Say that.
After my search, there is no Captain Flint, Captain Smollett, no Spartan, and no Walrus anywhere near Helbine-7.
Okay. I want you to do one more search for me. Search Dreadwing.
I'm also going to steal that name for my own campaign.
Yeah, that's a great name.
Damn. I would also like to do a search for Dreadwing.
Shit, sorry, Blackwing. That was a bad name.
I was gonna say
Stick with Dreadwing.
we can change it. We can
Yeah,
canonically
Dreadwing.
change
Dreadwing
it.
sounds a lot better.
Okay. I was like, I don't recognize that name, but I do recognize a wing name. Cool. Okay.
Is that going to be the same roll?
I'll say it's the same. Yeah.
Oh, not as good. That's an 8. Is that the same as I rolled last time?
Yeah.
This pulls up a lot more information. You see multiple news accounts or news articles. You see a good smattering of like essentially BuzzFeed articles about this Captain Dreadwing, a well-known pirate of his time, one who is feared for his rather brute and gruesome ways, and you see multiple accounts of this far back, much more recent. The accounts are very sparse. But they do seem to pop up. And you do notice that they do seem to be connected to a Spartan ship. But a lot of like recent articles are things like speculating as to where the dreaded Captain Dreadwing ended up.
Dawn.
Z.
Are you Captain Dreadwing?
You need to know that in cases we need to go, so you know that I can help us get us out of what we get ourselves into.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Are you going to kill us?
No.
Where is your ship?
I gave it away.
How do you and Connor know one another?
Connor was part of my old crew.
Noted. Thank you for sharing that with me.
I think it's best in this situation right now if we're all on the same page, don't you agree?
I do. I do not believe that everyone here agrees with you.
That's fair.
Truly, it is that I am concerned about Maximilian.
As am I. Truth be told, he's my only focus right now.
I saw this in a movie once. If you find out any information that may be pertinent to our safety and to Maximilian's history or commitment to this, will you share it with me? And I shall do the same.
I'd say that's a good agreement. I would say let's shake on it, but I think that's a little impersonal. Since we're both friends here, yes?
Friends don't lie.
Friends don't lie. And with that, I want to have my wings unfurl around her and hold her in.
Wings? We haven't seen the wings yet.
You definitely just did.
Z did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Friends don't lie. Friends don't keep secrets. Agreed?
Agreed.
And I put the wings back round to where they were before.
What do the wings look like?
So, they're basically like black leathery wings that, when they're not unfurled, look like I'm wearing a nice long overcoat, which is sleeveless.
Oh, that's good.
I'm extra.
We know.
No one is surprised. Well, I don't have anything fun like that to show. So
I think that's a good pan away to the boys who are in the other room if there's anything that you wish to discuss.
Mr. Blabbermouth, do you have anything to add? So, you're a captain, huh? Don. You called him captain. What was that about?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
I make a lot of mistakes.
It's okay. That's allowed. But you're under my employ now. And
What? Eh?
oh, you signed the form.
Eh.
It's fine. I for the sake of our adventure, I wish just was wondering if you could tell me anything.
I mean, there's so
And that
much
will stay
to
between
tell.
us.
Oh,
Conway.
between us.
But if you
mhm.
make a mistake, I won't hold it against you.
Well, I really like melon tea.
Noted.
Yeah,
Do you want some melon tea? Will that help?
I think so. What do you like?
I like a lot of things, Connor.
All right, can you be more specific?
I like success, mostly.
I guess that makes sense why you like me.
It's true. But this captain situation,
Yeah.
tell me
I
about
mean-
it and I'll get you some tea.
All right. That'd be fantastic. Connor will wait for his tea.
Oh, the tea comes after.
Oh. Well, I mean, we got together and it was for a job, it was actually quite a big job. It was, more money than I've ever seen before in my life. I have it now, thankfully, but it was actually, we got to the point where we had the stuff and it was like, all right, where's the money? And this stupid Flint, oh God, he isn't the brightest fellow, right? It took us like literally years to sell. Anyways, that's like the short version of the story.
Got you. So, Don and you did some jobs and you sold some items. Based on the gap, that seems... Maybe they weren't above board.
I mean,
Were they illegal? Is what I'm asking.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
I'm not really well versed in the law, but
It's fine. I'm gonna make my own assumptions here, my friend.
all right, that's fine. Tell me, almost broke accent. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Say I've done a lot more than people think to build myself up.
Oh, did you kill anyone?
No.
Ah,
Truth be told, I actually I can't stand the sight of blood.
uh, hmm.
No, I truly wish to succeed here and profit is
Yeah.
my goal.
Yeah, that'd be great. But
To see
what
you
did
too, you profit too, Connor. That's
Oh yeah, I mean, unless I die and you take all my shares, but whatever.
well, I mean, there was an option on the form for putting in an heir, so to speak.
Yeah,
I get the sense that
I wasn't gonna read that.
yeah, it's fine.
Uh,
Work something out. Don't worry.
yeah. So what did you do to get to this point? You said a whole bunch of things.
That's maybe for another time. We should probably get some rest, don't you think, Connor?
What'd you do? What'd you do? Come on.
I have done a number of different jobs for my dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
I'm gonna read into that.
It's fine. My dad's business is completely above board, and it's just I wish people saw me for the effort it takes and not just the product.
I think if you let yourself, those who are close will see the ice beneath the iceberg.
It's mighty deep of you. But really, I think it is time for us to turn in now.
Yeah. How many beds are there again?
There's 2 if you
Oh,
don't want to share.
I'm gonna go get cleaned up and I'll think on it.
It's a good spot to cut.
That's a fantastic place. Is there anything that anyone else wishes to address before we end tonight?
Been a lot of tea, y'all.
A lot of tea.
A lot of tea.
All the tea in England.
Yep. Fantastic. Well, we'll see what happens. For the sake of this, unless anyone wishes to do anything in the rest of the travel from here to Helbine-7, next week we'll just pick up with you all at Helbine-7. We can revisit anything. Should anything come up, we'll just do a little flashback-a-rooney. But next week, we're finally making it to Helbine-7, you guys.
Woo! We did it.
Midweek finale, we're basically there. Or mid-season, rather. So yeah, next week, we're going to be on the moon. And it's going to be great. And nothing bad will happen ever at all. So we'll go around once more to reintroduce yourselves, tell everyone where they can find you, and then just share a favorite moment or so about this evening. Let's go reverse order. Corey.
Hello, my name is Corey Hickson. That's where I am on Twitter. I'm here on Variant Rules on Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday. So you can get 3 days in a row for Invisible Sun, Burning Wheel, and now Helbine-7. My favorite moment, I think, was learning about Z's connection with the forgotten ability to connect. I thought I liked that. That's me.
Yeah. Taryn, the Maximilian himself.
Whew, boy howdy y'all. Yeah, Taryn, you can find me at Tarzan Nosy on the Twitters. Um, let's see. Right now, Burning Wheel, this, and then I think that's it stream wise currently. But stuff's always coming down the pipeline. New Project VHS coming up and all of that, and we have less than a month till Urban Shadow Season 2, which I've been planning on. So, yeah. Favorite moment tonight? Gosh, there were so many good ones. The unfurling of wings, I think.
It's always a good time when you can unfurl your wings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we brought you back into the world of streaming. Like you're just in. You're in now. Welcome back. Glad you're back.
Me too.
Yeah. Tim.
Hi. Hi, I'm Tim at Animoff on all the social interwebs. You can catch me here every Monday. And you can also catch me on Fridays as I DM the Courts of the Shadowfey game. This Friday, the party, after discovering a garden full of petrified bear statues, are going to be on the Shadow Road, entering into the Shadow Realm to meet all the Shadowfey. It's shadows and phase. What more can you want? Yeah. Favorite moment has got to be Maximilian's and Connor's interactions. The entire episode have just been amazing. Just
I ship this spaceship like really hard.
We ship it.
We ship it. It's
The ship has left the spaceport.
This is so true. Fantastic. And of course, last but absolutely not least, Miss Emma.
Hello. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. And I live here on Variant Roles. I am here on Mondays and Sundays and soon to be Thursdays. And then when Hellbine is over, my Grim Femmes project starts, which Maria is in. And I am super duper thrilled about it. And tomorrow, well, every Tuesday you can find me over on Dice Priority for Dragon Heisters. However, tomorrow we are doing a special Monster of the Week game. Alex Gaston will be joining us, and it's going to be fun. It's also my birthday, so please come and join. Okay. That's right, Taryn. That's right. Thank you. My favorite moment from tonight. Okay, so Corey actually also said my favorite moment. So that moment hit me so hard. That reveal, for whatever reason, it hit me so hard because this poor little android is just trying to figure out what's missing, and that like was like that like hit them so hard of like, okay, that was something I used to be able to do and I can't do that anymore. That's been severed. But I also think, not to take the same one, I also think I'm going to be selfish, which is also not surprising to anybody. The moment when I was able to decipher what all of these codes are that I have been seeing for like a year and a half, to be able to decipher what I have just been like seeing in front of me and hearing at night was big. So that's me.
Yee. It's been great, like figuring out different things to share with you who can't remember things, and it's fantastic.
Oh man.
Hello, I'm Maria. I'm your GM for this lovely adventure. Happy mid season finale. I think it was a pretty good one. I think we're doing great. You can of course find me here on Variant Roles all the time. I live here with Emma. This is our house. Welcome. I'm here on Mondays doing this fun shenanigans. I'm also here twice on Sunday. Once for Monster Hearts, which also has Emma in it. And then directly after that, Burning Wheel. So it's super, super great. Fun times. Soon to be doing Project VHS with a handful of these lovely people. Starting on Thursdays very, very soon. And then, as Emma said, I'm going to be on Grim Femmes, and I am beyond excited and honored that I get to be a part of that. So after Helbine is over, your Monday nights can still be full of wonderful, emotional times. My favorite moment. I just loved watching all of you guys reveal just little bits of just yourselves to each other, things that I knew and was so excited to finally it's so good. It's so good. I love it. You guys are great and wonderful, and I'm so happy. I'm happy you could join us, Corey. I'm happy you're back, Taryn. It's gonna be crazy, crazy, crazy. But yeah, like I said, definitely join us next week. We're finally going to get to the stupid rock floating around Helbine, and it's going to be great, and nothing bad will happen ever, ever, ever. But until next week, everyone, remember the journey's only just begun.
So, before we do the whole thing, if you like what we do here at Variant Roles, don't forget to follow and subscribe. It's September, I think is what it's called.
September.
Not suggestive at all. But I mean, if you want to get half off, sorry, that just made me.
Now is the time
to
do
a little
it.
bit. Get half off.
All subs, all subs
are half off.
Yep.
All of them.
They're already halfway there. So yeah, we do need to discuss raid. Yeah, make sure to sub. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/variantroles. If you want to support us more, month to month financially, that would be great. A lot of that stuff goes to just overlay fees, or not fees, but just software and stuff that helps us keep the lights on here. And obviously pulling new people in and helping people learn how to stream and get things going there. Yes, Emma?
Oh, sorry.
Were you doing a retweet thing?
No, I was nope. I was responding to Corey, it was okay. It's all right.
It's all good.
We got it.
But yeah, and then just follow us on Twitter at Variant Roles, because that's where you can see a lot of stuff that's going to come up.
Yes.
Obviously all of our shows get tweeted about or retweeted through there. Other than that,
join us. Make sure to join us on Saturdays for the Indie Showcase, because they are raising money for the Trevor Project. Trevor Foundation.
Trevor
Project.
Yeah.
Project.
Trevor Project. Sorry.
Project Foundation, the foundation of the project.
Which is an amazing organization, and they're doing a great job. And we've raised a fair amount of money for it. Well, really, Knox has. So
Yes.
yeah. And then we've got Avernus stuff tomorrow. I know that's coming up. Yeah, because that's release day. We're having a release day stream. I believe Nat, Cream Nat is or Creme Nat. I don't know actually how you say that.
Crime Nat, it's Tuesday.
It's the Tuesday DM is going to be running some lovely people through a clearly fine adventure. Nothing's wrong with a bunch of warlocks running through Avernus. But yeah, then we're going to be having community stuff going on with that as that adventure unfurls. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes. We're doing everything. So like Taryn said, just follow Variant Roles. You'll figure out what we're doing. It's a lot. We could plug literally all day long and never run out of things to plug. But we're going to go ahead and raid Scraticus. So if you can stick around, show them some love. They are wonderful, wonderful peoples. But again, until next week, everyone, just remember the journey has just begun.